About magicians and sorcerers. In this video, we will reveal the main essence of such concepts as a magician and sorcerer, what are their differences and whether it is worth turning to them. To begin with, it is worth noting that these concepts are often confused and equated, primarily due to a lack of reliable information. A magician is a researcher, i.e. a person who primarily studies himself and the laws of the universe, the world structure, always acts for the benefit of himself or helps other people who need to improve their health, spirit, soul and body for the purpose of self-development. At the same time, the magician acts ecologically, in relation to the laws of the universe, in particular, does not influence third parties without their knowledge and will. A magician has tools that can transform a situation at a person's request. This applies to both the internal state of a person and external factors. In his work, a magician, depending on his qualifications, uses such knowledge and skills as psychology of thinking, DNA of the family, laws of energy interaction with other people, laws of the universe, etc. without disturbing the energy balance and relying on his inner strength. A sorcerer is a person who has certain knowledge and magical powers, but usually acts from a sense of self-righteousness or on the client's order and, as a rule, unlike a magician, acts unecologically, in the sense of the laws of the universe, i.e., violates the energy balance, equilibrium of the universe. A sorcerer can perform actions aimed at other people without their knowledge in order to energetically influence their consciousness, physical and mental health, as well as their areas of activity. In simple words, a sorcerer can perform certain actions against outsiders without their will in order to provide help to such persons, for example, at the request of a client. The first classic situation: parents try to help their adult children not to divorce their spouses, while such children are unaware of such rituals and thus their will is violated. The second classic situation: a woman, or man, wants to get her husband, or wife, back, who left her. Similarly to the first situation, the will to choose another person, i.e. another spouse, is violated. There are many examples. Initially, the customer of the relevant procedures may get a certain result, but in the future the universe will certainly balance this situation and such a person will work out his or her karma and the karma of the person who was influenced without his or her will. As a rule, the sorcerer does not inform the customer that the client will have similar consequences, as this may turn the client away. We will talk about how these rituals work and what harm they cause to the customer and the performer in the following publications. Should people ask for help to magicians or sorcerers? When faced with a difficult life situation, many people want to turn to the so-called higher powers, represented by various representatives of this kind of activity, often without thinking about what methods will be used and whether this will not be harmful to the customer in the future. Whether to apply or not is an individual matter. The first and most important thing to understand is the need to avoid any rituals aimed at other people against their will, as this creates an energy imbalance and leads to negative consequences for the customer. The second and no less important thing is that there is no framework for self-improvement and you should only take care of yourself.